All right, hey collective. I decided that I was going to go ahead and do this Emperor Empress reading really quickly before close it down. So hopefully this is helpful because I think it's fun to get into these Empress readings and kind of see who who might be coming forward to kind of spark creativity. You know, it's always just kind of interesting. It's a little telenovela. Here we go. Let's see. All right. So my Empress. Oh, I was supposed to do this, but I feel like this is gonna have to wait for another time. There's a lot of notes in there. If some dark energy comes out, then I'll go ahead and get the notes on it. For the most part, let's get into this deck. This is how many decks do I have together? Three or four? I have 3 or 4 decks here, all mixed together. So it's enough. It's enough options. It's definitely enough options. All right, let's see. So, what do we want to know? What do we want to know? 1:11 on the clock. There's only one viewer right now because I'm live. But if you have a question, go ahead and type it in the comments so I can get it answered for you. Looks like you're defending yourself pretty well against some Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you definitely are. Ooh, and there's this King of Pentacles coming out who's like, I'm protecting them too. All right. Yeah, this is a 10 of Cups energy. Interesting. Oh, you and whoever this is that are protecting you are very much in alignment. Whoever this person that you're defending yourself for, both of you guys are. I don't know if it's your past person's. I mean, if it's your new person's past person, or if it's your past person's past person is also an energy I kind of get too. In the background, singing, crying out for help. Yeah, because they all see you. They both see your past person and your new person's past people. Ooh, okay, that was a download earlier. So your new person has a lot of options, just like you. So there are a lot of people that are really feeling some kind of way about their situations ending with your person, because your person, they decided, like, I'm here, I'm all together, I'm going to make a decision on what I do before I come forward. So we may not get a lot out of this deck with respect to other suitors, as far as I'm feeling, because the last time I tried to do the Empress reading, there was a dominant, like, no, there's nobody else. That was the energy. I'm just saying, the sun energy is here too. It's the sun and the 10 of Cups is what comes out for you guys, right? I mean, looks good to me. Happiness and alignment with more hope and joy and things like that. Shit. Yeah. This person sees you as their Queen of Swords or King. Yeah. Take it how it resonates. Ooh. There's still this energy of this, whoever this was that kind of was trying to hold you back from having this happy harmony. Oh, they don't even want me to say it. They're in regret. Per usual. They need to get a life. Some kind of King of Wands energy. Yeah. This person is always up to no good though. So I don't know why this person like is constantly tugging at anybody's energy. They need to go, I don't know, get some teeth pulled. I don't know. Like this person gets on my nerves, whoever this past person is. But this new person, this King of Pentacles energy that's coming in for you, that sees you as this Queen of Swords energy, it's a totally different vibe. You guys aren't even coming out in the, look, you and your person, your new person that's coming in, are coming out in a whole different set of cards from this old energy, green and vomity. That's weird because I was, oh yeah, they don't have any possibilities with respect to what's going on in their life. They have no opportunities to kind of move forward. They've built everything and worked so hard towards this life of, I don't know, chaos and confusion is what I get. Yeah. It's just like a lot of madness. They've married themselves to the wrong things, and now they're trying to, I don't know. It's some real, like, I made all the wrong choices. I'm gonna suffer for life kind of energy. King of Wands came out again. Sure did. Wow. Hmm. Yeah, this person is just, they're going to be constantly caught in illusions. They're caught in illusions that they can have you. They're caught in illusions that, you would want them. Like, I don't, it's just it's all the same thing. And they're not working towards, they're not, they're trying to work hard towards mending things with you. But they just keep coming out in the wrong energy. It's like they come in trying to be something that they're not, and you see through it every time. Because I get like, oh, I'm putting down my, it just feels very inauthentic. Feels very trashy is the other word that. Yeah, they come in trying not to be competition. It's so raggedy, in my personal opinion. Like, I don't know why they, yeah, now and then it switched up into reverse. King of Swords in reverse. Yeah, that now meant maybe this person's gonna be mad if they see this. Yeah, that the fact that I'm intuitive enough to know that they're raggedy. You're raggedy and you're on my table. The fuck? Your new person is like, yeah, nobody cares. Your new person is gonna be so happy if you guys aren't already in your new person is gonna be so happy. You guys are gonna be so happy together. It's like peas in a pod kind of energy. Dang, this got everybody on the backside of y'all because y'all don't even acknowledge their energies, is what I'm feeling. Yep, it's the truth. Look. Ooh, yeah, you guys aren't heartbroken over anybody in your past. You and your new person are, and then this is in the upright. This is the Ace of Swords in the upright. So you and your new person are not heartbroken about anything, anyone that you guys are having to leave, any person, place, or thing. Yeah, at all. You feel like a lot of these people were just immature. They weren't on your level. Both of you do. Yeah, and all they wanted to do was be competition. And who wants to be in competition when they're trying to love somebody? Like, what the fuck is that? How sick is that? It literally came out the Ten of Pentacles in reverse and upright on the other side, which the only thing I could think of when those two cards came out like this to me is that these people have a distorted way of viewing love and romantic relationships and the things that you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, they don't have any creative sparks, any imaginative things to make to create some type of, how do I want to put this? They don't believe in love. They don't believe that they deserve it, which is majority of the issue. Because they've never had it, or they've only had distorted instances where they had love, and that's why they're so messed up now. Yeah. This person really needs to give it a rest and go within. They really do. Oh gosh. This person is the headache. The Hermit card is coming out here twice. Like, yeah, you really need to go within. This person is not mentally stable. Yeah, they really need to go within. They're not. I kept picking that up too. Oh, I picked that up a lot on these downloads. This person is not operating off of any of this. Any of this. Like, I can't even begin to tell you like how far from cranium. Maybe they're thinking only with their genitals. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't, and forgive me. I will continue to acknowledge this part about myself. Story time. I don't know what part of the body, jealousy and envy and all of that. God didn't give that part to me. I don't have one of those. We didn't pick that out for me when we decided what my flesh was going to look like when I came down. I asked for freckles and moles, apparently. And, big feet. I don't know. Like, I don't know. But ultimately, at the end of the day, these people, this envy, jealousy stuff, I don't know where that comes from. So it's just really hard to even identify like how to help them. That card said connect, and I was like, absolutely not. It's hard for me to do that. What is it that this person wants from the collective? What's the best thing that they could possibly get from the collective? For you not to look good. It was the glam card in the reverse. If you could just not look good, if they could just stop looking at you. You know how you don't see things you don't want to see? You don't look. I made that up. Feel free, take it and run, karmics. Like, it just makes no sense. Yeah, they want you to be compassionate and like shit you don't need to be towards them. What will they receive from the they'll receive alignment, and they'll receive alignment. It says magic and alignment there. So they can rest assured that the collective is going to keep magically aligning, is what it's all you can expect. That's exactly what you're going to get. And they hate that too, don't they? It's so sick. What else should we know? Ooh, that this union is coming into play. They hate it. This is being divinely guided. Like, I don't know. Get your little scent birds out. I don't know if that looks like that spray thing. Little scent birds. This is coming through. Like, the divine is magically appropriating things. It's just it's a magically aligned union. It's like, what can you do about that? Nothing. They can't do a damn thing. But just keep looking. They're a distant memory. I feel like they're like, do you remember the time? And you're like, what? You can't even pay attention to them. You're like, what? I don't pay attention to that. I got a spirit baby I'm about to have. Nobody has time for that. And if it's not a baby, it's an actual business. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Spirit saying look into nature. There's some codes in nature. So if you haven't been out, pay attention to the synchronicities when nature came out twice. Now, come on now. If you have not been out, you need to get out. You need out. Water, earth, put your feet on the grass in the front yard and stand in the sun, whatever it is. If it's snowing, stand in the snow. I don't know. There was a yogi I saw on YouTube or somewhere that was like dancing out there in like the middle of the snow. He had been there for a while, so you can take a few seconds out there. One of my story time, one of my favorite things that I want to do is dance in the rain. I'll keep those other thoughts that were in my head to myself. All right, what else? Oh, something that you've manifested is coming in. It felt like this card wanted to sit up and just be like this. So maybe you manifested whatever this is that's coming towards you, this union, this new magical alignment. Ooh, it's time to connect. There's going to be balance. Okay, so now there's this sense of balance from chaos, right? Everybody's moved out of that. As far as you and your person, those motherfuckers over there, they're going to be in chaos for as long as they choose. It says just go. It says just go and connect. I don't know, this person, or maybe this person has gotten the message too, to just go and to connect with you. I don't know. But it says just go and connect. So this is brilliant. I really like this. Okay, Spirit says for me to pay attention to my channeling. Something about sex magic. I don't know, maybe you and your person are meeting up and healing yourselves telepathically. Yeah, because the channel came out. So maybe you guys are not just in the 5D though. Maybe you guys are astral projecting with one another. And it's helping you both transcend. Yeah. And bringing some sense of autonomy to your relationship. Ooh, look at that infinity. You see that infinity coming through that skull? Like your minds are deeply connected. Ooh, that's beautiful. Ooh. It's going to bring about a lot for this community. Ooh, a lot of good love. Like this is going to bring, oh, it says hood love, but spiritual gangster loving. Okay. It's going to bring a lot of that. And this is I'm telling the truth. This is going to bring about a lot for the community that you guys will be serving, because you know these unions are about a lot more than just you having awesome sex, but you're going to have a lot of awesome sex. That's not here in the cards, but trust me, because I keep seeing the family and there was a baby. Yeah, there's a baby here. Uh-huh. There is. It's right here in this mirror too. So yeah, this is a transformation and this is confirmation as well. To kind of take that look. Boo, 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 doo. Will you ever meet your Aries? All right, let's find out. Boo, boo, doo, doo, doo. Spirit said to use these. All right. The Aries, of course you will. I don't do a lot of astrological signs because I feel like people can embody different energies at different times. But what's happening with this Aries? Communications are coming in. This person wants to come in and like spend some time and maybe do some things with you. It's like charitable giving, shared wealth, generosity. And this, I keep seeing the person in the donut bag, like the girl in the donut bag. So maybe they may ask you out to eat, or yeah, they're doing some self-evaluationing right now and kind of having a moment where they need to forgive themselves and get into a lighthearted energy. They're really facing their own personal judgment, like they're taking themselves through it, is what I feel like. So your person is on the way, but they're just making sure that they're prepared for you, which was also in another reading that I just finished a little bit ago. But I think that's a good indication that like you want that though. And so, and I know like story time while you're waiting for your person, that's not, I mean, easier said than done, right? How many times can you do XYZ? How many, pots of chili can you make? How many times can you go to Nordstrom? How many times can you go to Target? How many times before this person comes in, right? But don't worry about that. This person is healing. So you just keep doing what you're needing to do. They're definitely a hopeless romantic about this situation. And they see you as this Queen of Swords, someone who's honest and protective and quirky, maybe. But they want to make sure that they're chivalrous. They want to make sure that they can be your protector. I get that energy because this card here, the person's like holding the other person's arm, right? And then he wants to make sure, whoever this Aries is, I don't know if it's masculine or feminine, so forgive me. But this person wants to make sure that like that you guys will be right there with each other. So let's see. Conflict and clash. Someone was trying to hold them back from being this leader and innovative and visionary. Yeah, and they may have felt like that because of that. What they had a little bit of a financial hardship. I kind of got that energy from the protecting, like holding the arm, that was what it was. But they're walking away from that disappointment. That's the healing that they're going through right now. They're walking away from that disappointment. Okay. And they're moving into this new collaborative, focused effort of common goals that they're going to find with you. So they have to they have to see their new beginning before they can get to it. Right. Because maybe they feel a little burnt out, a little 10 of Wands energy, like, okay, I've got a lot. I got that energy too. And they want to really be able to give to you. Yeah. They want to be able to give to you. So Spirit is saying, don't be focused on like, this person, this Aries, maybe was focused on some type of losses and the unwelcome changes that they had, or the trauma that they're having to comprehend, or work around to be in a new energy. And that's expected though, right? Anytime you go through something, and this keeps coming out, this person really wants to be like solid for you. This, I hear solid as a rock. This person really wants to be solid for you and wants to make sure that they don't have any trauma that they're throwing onto you, is what I feel here and get from this card. It's like they don't want to throw any trauma onto you. They want to be healed so that they can be in this Four of Wands, Knight of Cups energy, which is celebrating and, being out in the community and having fun and hopeless romanticism and stuff like that. Yeah, it was kind of like, that energy where it's like, I don't know, and at story time, I'm kind of a procrastinator. So I'm like, I have to do something else. I work so hard. So it's just kind of like that resistance, that inevitable resistance to change. But it caused, that resistance to change is always going to lead to the same ending that it was, maybe just a little bit more forced by spirit, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to be putting on makeup, and then spirit kind of forced me into being at the Nordstrom counter. I'm not kidding, because I haven't been there and I don't, you know, it doesn't matter to me. I like me just the way I am. So yeah, but this person was maybe in like some little stagnation there. But they're dedicated to achieving their goals. Yeah, and moving into this King of Cups energy, which is just perfect, right? If you think about it, which is a non-toxic masculinity, emotional maturity, and compassion. Take it how it resonates. Apprenticeship, dedication, and achieving goals. Yeah, it's going to lead to that. Your ex is a Leo, he's a narc. Yeah. Those exist. I don't know how else to say it. Narcissists and Leos. Leos that are narcissists, probably. But you have to understand too where like a narcissist really comes from. I want to share something with you really quickly. It looks like you had to have a lot of strength to kind of move forward from that too, because that's from a whole different deck and it just kind of popped out. My friend was like so pissed at me when I said something about narcissists once. And then he sent me this definition, and he was like, and it really helped me to like it. I agreed with it because I already knew that, because I can see people's hearts. But essentially, it was explaining about a narcissist in a way that you might not necessarily think of. Give me a second here. Let me find this text. Ooh, talk about when you talk too much to your friends. Okay. I don't know where it is. But it was just saying how like a narcissist is, oh, maybe I can find it. Ooh. In here. So a oh, that's humble. Maybe that's not mine, it's his. Someone in love with themselves. Okay. This is not finding the correct answer. Because it's not that. It's someone who's actually gone through a lot of trauma and been hurt a lot as well. So that's essentially what narcissist is. Someone who's dealing with a lot of like struggles in personal relationships. They have a warped sense of self-acceptance. It's really, in my personal opinion, I consider it to be a demonic attachment. It's a demon that they have to break free from, because it creates all these other issues for themselves. But the devil card, yeah. So, but anyway, that's not our concern, right? These crazy exes. All right, let's see. Is there anything else for these Emperor Empresses readings? Then the Empress card pops right out. So clearly, yes, there is. All right. Nurturing, fairness, growth. What else? It's getting hot in here. Continue to stand your ground. Yeah. Continue to stand your ground because there's kind of like I want more clarity on that. Oh, okay. So maybe you're working through some type of setback that you may have had. I get it's a real past energy, but you were dedicated to achieving your goals, but maybe you've just now been willing to actually acknowledge it and let it be in the forefront. Yeah. This is a weird energy though. Maybe this is that damn ex of yours that you just brought up. The narcs. You probably brought the narcs into the conversation, Patrician 0312. This person has a lack of clarity, they're manipulative, they're confused, unfocused. They follow people. They're not leaders, whoever these narcs are. Knight of Swords energy. Release independence, recognizing power. Oh, they may be kind of recognizing though that they're lazy. That they're lazy and they're kind of needing to move on. Yeah, I think it's just because of this bad luck they're getting though. Yeah, they're kind of accepting themselves and having some clear sight, so to speak, a release of maybe a bully or someone who had a bad temper even. Maybe it was a narc attached to a narc. You'll narc out together. Chloe, have the good life. Anything else? Yeah. So there's this mutual respect of and love and equality, and with someone who maybe sees you or you see them as a fearless risk taker, free spirit, or maybe you both are. Because again, that whole part came out in the reading about the union and the connection and the relationship that's coming together. Let's see. I have a couple more. Where's my love decks? Oh, let me use these. Let's see. What can we get? What can we know about these new people? This other energy is just always trying to come out. Oh, all right. Spirit saying, go ahead and get the notes out and just finish out this reading with the information about the collective reading, because it says other relative and promiscuous love, so it's kind of tapping into that, like these demonically attached people. These people are narcs and have all these other demonic attachments and confusions about themselves. Anyway, this could be a family member. It could be three or more. It could be a parent and a sibling, or siblings, or an uncle and cousin and nephew, or niece, and something like that. One of them. So the way that people initially started utilizing your energy, this is probably for someone who's real specific and understands where they're heading in this next phase of their lives. But anyway, there was basically, it starts with your family, right? And in your family, they saw that they could kind of siphon your energy and use you. And so let's say one of them was like, oh, I want to have, the physical aspects of this person. The other person wanted your spiritual capabilities. And then this third person wanted to, just be well known and liked, which is your energy, right? And they couldn't ever win because they were going against, God's divine, order on this planet. That's just not the scheme of things, especially since you've been a good person, right? And there's also something here about an ex-person and a family member or friend, maybe two friends. So maybe there's an ex-person that's been working with a friend or two, or a family member or two. All right. Exes, ex-lovers, ex-encounters, twin, or an ex-person. I don't think it was a twin though, because I feel like it's an ex-person. But anyway, all of your exes are going to attempt to come back. Anybody, I'm just going to be honest, anybody from your past that you've cut off, they're going to try to come back. Even if it was just like social affiliations, like old ladies from the church, if you cut them off, no judgment. Shoot, they be in covens too. So if you cut them off, it's for your own good, right? For their own good, right? Um, and let's see, exercise. Do you remember? Do you truly see any of them? So for your exes, all I'm gonna come back. Spirit's just saying, just like if you're not sure about a past person, if you're kind of on the fence about a past person, like, do you truly seeing any of them being an option? And if so, why? Like really deeply kind of dig into that. Do you really seeing this person being an option? And why is that? And are you making excuses? Is the other part that you kind of have to look into too. Like, and then the next thing on the page says, if it was supposed to work out, it would have. It would have. Um, and when you're moving forward in this next scheme of things with the person that you're coming into contact with, it may be one of two types, which may be a soulmate, but you'll know because with the soulmate, things flow really well as long as you're both committed to the relationship. A soulmate is somebody where it's just kind of like, bloop, until somebody decides to cause a rift, right? And then there's also twin rays that I know are coming back. And if you have never experienced a twin ray, let me help you understand who that is. It's probably somebody that you met earlier on that you never had any real issues with. You guys really loved each other. It was a special, very close bond. They were probably even close with your family. When you guys broke up, it was just understandable. There was never really any issues. It was just never the right timing, but you guys always understood that. But there's a deep, like, burning sensation with this person. And you probably connected with this person in order to heal. So at different times throughout your life, you and this person would come back together in whatever fashion you needed each other, because it's a twin ray. You guys can be very platonic, but also highly sexual too. It's wild. Um, but this is the best one that your family could probably choose to do spell work and binding with that would make you most happy. Take it how it resonates, but that's just how it works out. If the person is attached to your family and your family is a part of the individuals that have been doing black magic on you, then yeah. So that may be a reason why you could settle for that or you could want more. I don't know. It's a really hard one with the twin ray. Because it's a special dynamic. It's a special, like, that that this person loves and cares for you. And your family wants that, but it's also good interest for them because it binds you to the spell work that they've done if there is any. All right. So there's the realizations. People that have done magic on you have realized that they can't undo it unless they tell you to set you free. And then you have to agree to be set free from it. You have to say, oh no, I want you to, get what you get. Don't have a fet. Now, is the person, if the person ever somehow, which is you, right? You're the person that they've been doing spell work. If you ever break the spell work, they're doomed to a backfire, which I believe most of us have because we're awakened. You're watching, right? Backfires everywhere. Backfire Boulevard is that next now. Okay. They have to continually to do more energy harvesting. And because most people are actually cut off entirely from your energy, that's probably why you see like a huge increase of like phone calls from people and connections that just been like, I don't want that anymore. And like, they'll try to get back in your energy because people know when they're cut off. I'm kid you not. I deleted so many people recently from Facebook and stuff like that. And it was like some old ladies from church that I deleted. And they literally put me in a group chat like seconds later. It was weird, like within an hour. Okay. They put me in a group chat. It was really weird to me, but I'm like, okay, that was definitely a part of the coven that I thought. But then as I looked back and pondered, it was like, oh, they really did kind of use me in a way that wasn't good. Anyway. Story time. Options to find a handler. Okay, they have options. Whoever does black magic on you, they have options to find a handler via a love relationship. Like I said, that twin ray would be a good option. Twin ray, not twin flame. And that whoever they decide to try to connect you with to keep you from being with your highest level soulmate, if you will, has to match astrologically to your highest level soulmate, which is really kind of hard to kind of like it's kind of cherry pick and kind of difficult unless they kind of I don't know because I don't know how these karmic people are meeting up with each other even create these covens. Like, where do you guys meet up? Because as good people, we didn't have a, who told you where to go? We didn't have a meeting. There's no Care Bear stare happening right now for us. We want to know. Anyway, what's your highest level soulmate when you leave all these old past people along? Is what I call a B1E1, which is B2. So you guys will be together. Anyway, now that they've always been into doing things and controlling you and manipulating you, it's hard for them to kind of break free from that. Sorry, these are just a bunch of downloads that I put into 2 readings, but they got somehow jacked up. I don't know. So I wanted to finish this out since I'm awake. Anyway, ex-friends and neighbors and co-workers, people in professional venues for you. And arenas. Majority of them were used as well if they've been interacting with or have interacted with any other people, like maybe an ex of yours mingled their way into your professional groups or something like that. And they just never had any power themselves, at least not as great as yours. Okay. So they fell prey to whatever they fell prey to, but no excuses. That's how I feel. No excuses, right? We all had to go through what we had to. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And everybody should be able to figure that out. And I don't give any passes for people who are younger. People should be teaching their children. And when you're young, even if you're still in a pack of bubblegum from the store, you know that feeling. You know it feels wrong. So everybody knows right and wrong. It's a feeling, Anyway, they know. Anyway, any opportunity to withhold your destiny from you was always the goal. They've envied your ability to always do well, no matter what the circumstances were. But this comeback that you're about to have is going to go down in history. Comeback and history are underlined, okay? This is comeback history, okay? A lot of early onset illness is what they're going to be achieving, I don't know, by way of their magic, early onset things like dementia, Parkinson's, very specific. And this is going to happen to people between their 30s and their 60s to 62 years old. Early onset menopause, lots of infections and injuries. So if you see someone who's like, they break let's say they break their shin. Weird, right? Anyway, but after they break their shin, then they end up having an infection. So it's like the shit just keeps getting worse. Get what you get. Anyway, my nose is itchy. All right. We shouldn't be laughing at this, but it is what it is. They laughed at all the shit they was doing. Strokes and heart attacks. Suicide rates are going to go up about 40% in the communities that were against you. So if you had an entire community against you, 40%, baby. Nose is itching now, huh? Lots of victims of crime. So some of them are going to be victims of crimes, robberies, just shit. Hey, when it hits the fan, it hits the fan. Accidents, emergencies constantly happening, and they can no longer get ahead in life. That's what they wanted for you. Backfire Boulevard, baby. So your movement makes them stagnant. Anybody that was involved in death magic, whether they drove the car, whether they rode in the car, whether they heard about it and didn't say anything, you moving. I don't care if it's you getting up to do a spin. They be like, she's spinning, he's spinning. It's frustrating to them. It's weird because they were expecting you to be dead, right? So you're not supposed to be moving at all. See how that works? Anywho, the reality is that all of those spells have either been transmuted, returned, or the protection field that's around you interrupts any resonance. And sometimes what I found is that some of us actually, just for you karmics out there, we know what's going on. And sometimes we're kind of like, well, wait a minute, I wanted to transmute. And I wanted a little extra energy. We don't really, but we're just kind of like, they're waiting for a different moon. Like a lot of us know the shit that they're doing, but the reality is that you were the energy source. So without being able to connect to your energy and use your energy, they can't really do much. So it's calling for more and more and more from them. And they don't have that. They just don't. It's not in them like it's in us. They can only wear the things that they've accomplished or received or acquired, right? By way of probably illegitimacy. Just like their own existence, in my personal opinion. Say what you will. I don't care. Anywho, If you're in a cycle where you're not sure about leaving somebody alone, that karma for them isn't going to take place until you don't want them anymore. So again, cord cutting ceremonies. I don't care what kind of cord it is, not elastic. Um, if not plastic either. If you have some, it to me again, I said this in another reading, but like, it's suppose you go get a new shirt or something and it has a tag, and it's the tag that's got a rope instead of plastic. You can use that and do your cord cutting and burn it. Okay, and just the intention is everything. Just trust me on this. Anyway, if you want to see justice, ask God to remove any part of you that ever existed that may have felt for this person. Yeah, you can always ask God to help you remove any part of you that ever existed that you may have where you may have felt for this person. Because sometimes when you hear things, it's your body responds, right? Sometimes it's the gut, sometimes it's the heart, sometimes it's the head, sometimes it's the pain in the neck that they are, right? But if you just continue to focus on like removing that, or ask for it to be removed, because you can, you have that power, right? Um, because essentially these people are just going to continue to try to prey on your friendship or business opportunities, anything that they could. Um, but none of that, once you want none of that from them, you move on into your new desired destiny. Yeah, nothing can stop you from that either. Once you kind of make that decision, like, oh, I don't even want to work with them. I don't even want that business opportunity with them. I don't want to be a part of their whatever we're building over there. Because for some people, it's actually giving up on business things, that you may have felt like, oh, this is this. Nope, nope. There's something so much better for you, and it's the releasing of that kind of brings the other thing into play, or allows the other thing to really manifest for you fully. So, and as soon as you recognize that a person is a karmic, you disappear now, is the energy that I'm feeling from the collective. Like, as soon as you recognize, like, oh, this person's not right, you are out of the way. Or for the people that are coming back, because I feel like there's a lot of past people on every level kind of trying just to, oh, hey, you just crossed my mind. Okay. I don't know. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I feel like if people really wanted to be a part of your life, they would just be a part of your fucking life, right? They would just be there. They would just make sure that they're not coming back in out of the blue. And I get that that may have been something that we were accustomed to, that like, oh, you could have friends that you haven't talked to forever, and then it's like falling right back on track. Possibly, but there's very few, because the people that were close proximity that you didn't like initially establish that with from the gate, these are people who had like been around you already, and then they turned on you, or they abandoned you or ostracized you. Okay, so there's a difference. Anyway, seemingly, any attachments that seemingly entered your energy was literally a specific type of generational curse, or an opportunity for you to evolve and grow. Okay, and trust me when I tell you, these people, especially if they did death magic on you, they woke up so many ancestors. You may have been fulfilling needs of ancestors that like went back so far, that connected, because anybody that was awakened was like, if they saw someone that was like, oh, wait a minute, we can heal something, people are on board with that. So they probably brought more ancestors onto your side anyway, just by awakening. They don't even have their ancestral help anymore. They don't have shit right now, to be perfectly honest. Might be wanting some of my water, because I feel like I need to take a, they thirsty. That's what happens. Be tactful and thorough on all offers that are presented to you. So when someone presents himself, at least accept and acknowledge that they're presenting themselves, not even though might not be your offer, but just be tactful and thorough. It's kind of tricky too, because you just want your person. You don't want all these other people, right? Maybe don't try time travel for a little bit. If you're experiencing any discomfort, is what I feel. Continue to discard one by one, not keeping any person, place, or thing for any reason. Um, just remembering energies as you see fit. So, like a rememorization. So, if there was something traumatic or something that you didn't enjoy, just like reframe it so that you can leave it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, let's see, what have I done that with recently? So I can give you a story time example. Okay, I recently had to leave and let go of a business. And I reframed it as like I'm moving on to something bigger and better. It's always just the same shit, right? Let's see. Still haven't got the rest of those. Okay, so here's the other thing that they probably didn't know because they're dingle dorks. But when they petitioned those ancestors and deities and entities, et cetera, they didn't know that you have to be completely in the upright to actually get them to work for you. And that's why a lot of the things that were sent to you were, you know, when they got there, they were like, "Oh no." There's one specifically that comes to me that I know for sure that is never going to go against me, which is Medusa. I don't know. I had some special relationship. I watch Medusa all the time. I found it to be very enjoyable, invigorating, if you will. I don't even know if that's the right word to use, but yeah, exciting. I found Medusa to be very exciting, and so when someone tried to send that to me, I was like, it felt weird because it was like, well, wait a minute, because I didn't understand what the energy was because it was like kind of thing. So maybe that's something you're going to maybe start noticing too is like the energies that you are met with, you'll be able to see more vividly because you are in an upright position. You're embodying the positive aspects of whatever it is that you're most considering, right? Which is like, okay, I'm in my Queen of Wands energy now. I'm sexy and vivacious and all of that. So, or I'm in my King of Swords. I'm being serious about what I'm committing myself to and I'm making good choices. Okay. So, yeah. Now, when people go against an earned destiny, which is yours, what's happening for you, what you're moving into is an earned destiny, right? Because it's not like this shit just fell in your lap. Right? Somebody was like, here you go, destiny. You worked hard for this. Okay. So when someone goes against an earned destiny, you end up causing ancestors to arrive to confirm if they've earned what's being asked for, if any offenders have called them up in some type of regard. Like everything gets looked at in spiritual court, and then it comes down here. The haberdashery of hitmen. This is, I think, one of my favorites because the hitman story time. I saw every hitman that was sent to me. One of them was kind of fun. The first one, I didn't know that was a hitman. I thought it was my boyfriend. I did. I thought it was my man, my man, my man. It was not. It was a hitman. Okay. But usually these people are in the city, they're closely associated to you, or they will send someone in. Because I had one flew in to sit. It was weird because I'm at a bar with a friend and we're just kind of hanging out, talking. It's a U-shaped bar, right? And the whole entire bar is empty. We're sitting right here in this corner. The whole entire bar is empty. And the person sits one seat away from me and then just sparks up a conversation about like the oddest of things, like smallpox. Because I happen to say something, because I'm always talking about things, right? But yeah, it was just really weird. Like, and then the person, this is the thing, because I'm always like, oh yeah, I'll do a reading for you. So I did a reading for this hitman, right? And he jumps up from the table and he's like, I thought it was I didn't know that you really were who you are, but now sitting here in front of you doing this reading. And I'm like, it was confusing. I always get a little, I don't know. I think I just always keep my cool. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Just kind of like, what are you talking about? It's just a reading, love. The whole while, this energy is not correct, right? So they may coerce neighbors. They may coerce people that are on dating sites that they see liking your photos or however that shit works. I don't really get on dating sites, so I don't know. They may be following people that are on your social media that you follow to see when you comment on things. They're doing all kinds of like who they can talk to get to come to talk to you. So if anybody that's like been sitting on your friends list forever is all of a sudden sparks up conversation or some shit, search that one real. If they seem like, I mean, because a lot of them are trying to come in on this whole like, oh, I'm your soulmate. Oh, we have a destiny. We have to, get the fuck out of here. You know nothing. You know nothing but what you were told, and you're just trying to do some dirty job. It looks like some people have lied about your sexual orientation too. So that someone of the same sex will feel comfortable coming towards you and like working with them to manipulate you even. Yeah. But again, nobody's safe as far as these people. Karma, I've never seen a person outrun karma. I'm gonna tell you right now, story time. I ain't outran none of mine. I paid all of that shit off in the last few years. Trust me when I say. Okay, the mirror and beauty magic. Beauty spills, what happened? Oh, it was mostly about like these younger people giving the evil eye to older people and it's making them look old. Yeah. They're going to end up with like a lot of the physical aspects that they don't like about themselves or the ones that you may not like about yourself. But I feel like a lot of us are so freaking confident. Like, what's not to love? What's not to like, right? So. Oh, if you have any beauty marks like myself that are prominent, they wanted those to grow and become obtrusive. But it's going to happen to them in like the weirdest places. I don't even want to think about it because I just saw it in my head, the place that it's going to grow. That's what they get. All right, voodoo. There is no voodoo that they can do that will get rid or denounce you. And this is true. Like there's nothing that they can do that's going to get rid of you. Like they don't realize that, I guess. I don't know how they don't. It's weird to me. Like, how can you not realize that you're not winning? It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. Okay, I think that's it because the rest of that is for the reading that I did for the highly intuitive, aka reader's reading. Yeah. So I hope this has been helpful and you've enjoyed this. This might be my only way to get readings out if they keep, I don't know. I don't know how all of my devices just do not work. So maybe a live only reader. But I am thinking about doing some, what are they called? Blackout readings. Yeah, we'll see. Let me get one more oracle before we close this out. Even though I feel like the energy of the collective is so high vibrational, like we don't have it's like some don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, mama. Yeah, there's nothing to worry about at all for us. I exercise and expand my happiness muscle to beastly levels every day. It is easy to feel like happiness is elusive. You feel incredibly confident one day and then unimportant, unattractive, and depressed the next. Before you know it, you end up slamming a bottle of wine and a tub of ice cream to help numb the gloom. But just as people transition from unhealthy and overweight to healthy and fit, you can exercise your happiness muscle and build a life of smiles. With the tiniest practices of gratitude and mindfulness and a focus on what truly lights you up, you can turn yourself into the Hulk Hogan of happiness. Oh, how cute. The army of sadness cannot break down your fortress if you are kicking their ass every day. All right. So definitely saying raise those vibrations, right? Beastly levels. Beastly. Ooh. We got 3 more. I think this one should be last. I live each moment With shining intent, I am a champion of the sun. Do not make a mistake of simply existing as a hermit on the shore, sipping margaritas and never leaving the security of your shell. Kick it into beast mode and dive into the waters. You are the king of tides. You are the queen of light. You are a maniac banshee doing backflips through treetops of resistance. You are a battleship smashing through waves, exploring new lands, and digging up treasures buried deep beneath the comfort beaches. You have breakdowns, you have scars, but you also have wisdom of gold. You are truly alive and full of light. I am immortal through my creations and my influence. Very influential, by the way. Why settle for being a king when you can be a god? Why settle for watching someone else create the dreams when you can create your own? One day you will physically expire, but this doesn't have to be the end of you. Everything you work on, create, influence, will continue to work, create, and influence after you jump ship. The world will absorb your flesh and become one with your sacred creations. What message do you want to leave? So your legacy is ready. Your legacy is ready to that trajectory, baby. I feel like you're like in a cannon and you're shooting off. Everything I desire is on its way at warp speed. See what I mean? Ask the universe for water and your thirst will be quenched. You are a magnet of your own blessings. You know the essence of what you want and you earn it. You are a fish in the water swimming in any direction you choose. All visions that you support with your highest intentions will come to pass. Whatever you are reaching for in return is reaching directly for you. Be one with your calling. I love this. All right, I hope this has been helpful. I'll catch you on the next one.